This is a demonstration for Dallas Independent School District covering the Enablemypractice reporting, audit log, and a discussion of the security and permissions area. Our reporting area is very flexible and allows for a variety of different options that can also support different customizations both at reports and filtering level. As you can see here, there are three primary categories right now: financial, appointments, and clinical. As I switch between these different categories, there are different options that appear. With these options, most allow for multiple selections. So clicking, for example, on prescriptions, I can select specific or groups of prescriptions, lab tests, vitals, problems, immunizations, all providing different options here to select one or multiple values. We also allow for different types of date ranges, from appointment, claim, encounter, payment dates, and transactional is a combination. So this allows for a variety of different options that are available. Then we do allow for reports to be generated on the fly and display the results. And here, this is just one type of report. This is a drill down report. It allows you to expand, see more detail, so that you can see how the totals were calculated. All of these reports can be exported in Excel, Word, PDF, all sorts of different formats here. And you can just automatically generate it as a PDF report. We also allow you to save filters so you don't have to keep selecting them over and over again. When I select a filter, I then expose different options. One option is to do on-demand reports that can be sent to providers quickly and effectively. And you can also set up scheduled of reports so that you can run weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, or however often you'd like to run these reports. This makes it very flexible for you, and then we save a copy of the report here. Reports can be customized by you. We do also recommend a deployment as shown here. In this deployment, this is on an Azure network where we have one data center, various servers here, Windows Server 2019, and running a Microsoft Enterprise SQL. This is where we also run SQL Server reporting. We then would recommend that this is replicated to a backup data center, and reports can be run on the backup data center database. With ODBC turned on, you can also run any ODBC compliant reporting package, or we can make available SQL Server reporting. We do have a web tool to make it very easy to create these reports and then drop them onto your account. As you can see in this deployment, we have different servers for televisits, which run on Linux, and our conversational AI platform, which also runs on Linux. We then have various interfaces, some of them custom. We do support standard, FHIR type of interface, standard HL7, CDA, batch import, export. We also support these through our file uploader, where files can be dropped and on the fly imported. So we've already have provisions in there for adding patients, creating encounters, importing clinical and billing data. We handle this in a very flexible way. And just to give you a perspective here, this is using CDAs and a FHIR, so we can support them through the FHIR interface as well. We can also get reports this way through a FHIR interface, medications, really any clinical data that we want to. And this is actually running in real time, connecting to another system. We also have information provided in the system in different ways. One is through our patient registry. Our registry allows you to query data. So for example, this is demographic data, which allows you to query information about the patient. And what you can do is all of these columns support an advanced query ability. So I can select contains and see, for example, all the patients whose first name begins with J or contains a J in it. But I have all these different options of filtering, and then I can export them in Excel. And we provide this ability for medications, problems, other clinical data. So it makes it very easy to export the information that you want. We also have the ability to export data on the fly through our data export utility. And this can export data in CDA, which is an XML format, or it can also do it in other types of format like delimited. And you can actually set this up to do it on a schedule basis, so you don't have to manage it yourself, but it will generate it to a file and then you can download it. You can also support other types of exports, flat file or other types of database exports if desired, which could be exported to a secure FTP or other type of a secured connection. The system, in terms of security, is managed through our administration area. Every user has secure access to the system. All communications is encrypted, and all data that is stored is also encrypted. Each user has a strong password, and we're also supporting the ability to request a new password to be changed after a certain period of time, or to never expire it on a per user basis. We also have the ability of setting up two-factor authentication as well. We do also support setting different times for auto log off to protect patient-student information as well. Each user has different settings that make available, for example, whether they can prescribe or not. And each user then can be assigned to one or more permission group and to as many facilities or schools as desired. And we can set this so that if you enable this, that any patients that they see for that given school, that they're restricted to only access those patients at that school or facility. We can also set up password protection on a per patient basis if needed. Our roles and permissions are also very flexible. They allow you to create custom groups, and with that you can assign what screens and what functionality they have access to, and it makes it very easy to select what different user groups can access. There are many other settings in the system to basically control the user behavior, the menuings, and how everything appears on the screen and what access is needed. But again, this can be easily customized and expanded if we don't support a particular feature you're looking for. Thank you.